Because I've drove, when we stopped at Severs on the way home, we were getting the coffees in for the first time ever.
I've actually got some of the McDonald's tokens
with
the stickers on in the middle of my car.
Radders, do you enjoy my banter at training?
Sometimes it's nauseous. We know when you're in because I can just hear that whining as you go past my office door in the morning. Yeah, but no, when you was away on your jollies, obviously in the pre-season, it was very, very quiet, and we got an awful lot of work done. But you know, it's good to have you back.
Yeah. How proud are you of the players for the last few years?
Yeah, very. The improvements we've made as a club has been significant. I think if you look at where we've finished as a club, and obviously the 2 trophies that we've picked up, recruitment obviously plays a big part of that. But I think the development of some of our young blokes as well has been significant.
Yeah.
Right then, if I was still playing, would you run at me? That one on there.
I've played against you already.
And do you want to tell them about the last time that happened?
Yeah, last time we played, Rad's come back out of retirement. I was starting front row for KR, and Hull FC won, and Rad scored the first try. But it won't win over me, trust me.
There was
one kick-off carry where he saw me and he veered off to the right and went, I won't see.
Our hard drive went down with all our games on, so we've got no footage of any old games.
No.
And it's the one game I've tried getting hold of, because Liam Watts was the front row that day, and Tag, and they came off like speed bumps that day.
But every time I had the ball, he was just missing. He was on the breather down the back of the ruck.
Smart warrior.
But we've seen a video on our group of Feka Palnasina, what he did to Rad. So if Rad was back playing now, I reckon I'd do a Feka on him.
Yeah, that was 4 days after that game in particular. I want to get this out there. It was 4 days after a Challenge Cup semi-final, and we'd just stopped drinking 3 hours before that game. I think.
Respect.
Yeah, they all go.
I hear you go to the toilet in games more than any other coach. Is it a nervous thing?
Yeah, I think so. The rest of the staff have asked me to go and get it seen to medically. But yeah, every time we score, the opposition go, I tend to source the toilet out. Yeah, it's a bizarre one. I think it's a nerve thing.
Yeah. I think everyone's the same there. I'm constantly in the toilet before a game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, guys are good. Do you have any coaching points from your performances at Beverley last season? To me, yeah. What tips you got?
I think it's important when you play 6 standoff, you can't be rotated. I think that's the biggest one. I've never known a standoff to do 20-minute stints. But I loved his tactics going into that game. The fact that every time he got the ball, he kicked it dead as hard as he could, so he could just walk for the tap 20 and get a breather. No tactics. Obviously, you've seen a few clips of him going around. He put on a few good shots, and he would have probably played last year more if it wasn't for his back, wouldn't it?
The highlights clip didn't do me any favour putting the ball dead constantly, but there was a method to the madness. Right then, what do you think we need to do differently to make the grand final this year?
I don't think we need to do that many things different. I think, obviously, we spoke about this the other day. 2 years ago, Wigan beat us when we're leading the game with 5 minutes to go. They're going to win the grand final. Leeds beat us by 2 points last year. They're going to win the grand final. I think the only thing what we could do differently massively was just make sure we get an home semi. We'll obviously have to go to a place like Edinburgh, a place like DW, and straight away it makes it a tougher place to go. But yeah, just try and get that home semi. But I think what we've done is we've improved our squad again. The depth of squad. I think the boys will be fresher come that time of year. And there should hopefully be no reason why we can't go that one step further.
Good answer.
Cheers. Would you swap retaining the Challenge Cup for a Betfred Super League Grand Final this year?
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Yeah. And not that it doesn't mean an awful lot, because it's an unbelievable experience. But I think, it's eluded us as you touched on the last 2 seasons. I think, like every other team in the competition, we're striving to get there. And the fact that we've got so close over the last 2 years, I think, whets your appetite even more.
Well, cheers, coach.
Thank you, Skip.